So we now know on April the 1st, we will be getting Tekken 8 Season 2. And while it does sound like the setup for a bad April Fool's joke, I can say with absolute certainty that it is hopefully not going to be. But as I'm speaking right now, we know that April the 1st, about 5 weeks from the moment I'm making this video, we are going to be getting Season 2 of Tekken 8, the long-awaited Season 2. And with that came a very long Tekken talk last night or this morning, depending on where you are. About 2 to 3 hours long, and I thought instead of giving you guys that entire Tekken talk, you didn't see it live, I thought I'd give you guys this sort of condensed video, which was sort of me going over the main points of what we're going to see in Season 2. And it is a lot. There was some good, there was some bad. My opinions are going to change on this as time goes by, because again, we haven't seen everything fully explained, fully in motion yet, so there's still a lot of room for speculation. And not to mention, Michael Murray mentioned there were 1,500 lines of changes for Tekken 8, and we've got barely any information on that right now. I am feeling quite optimistic for what we're going to get in Season 2, because again, it does seem like they're listening, but again, we just have to still be a bit cautious and wait and see. I already took a look at the Anna trade, did my breakdown for that. If you've missed that, that's going to be on the screen somewhere. But yeah, we're just going to take a look at what we are going to see when Season 2 comes around. And always make sure to like and subscribe if you are new. We're going to be giving you all of the Season 2 Tekken 8 action over on this side. And you don't want to miss out. So in case, like, let me break this down. But like, when you look at the stuff for Season 2, I don't know how I feel about it at all, because it's weird. Because it seems so good. You know, talking about large scale balance adjustments. Okay, what are those large scale balance adjustments? Expand the strategic options of heat. Good. Like, they want to showcase individuality. Yeah, I don't want everyone to do the same stuff. I don't want everyone to be playing the same game. I don't everyone to, I mean, let me see something. Let me see something that shows a character special. See something that shows some kind of individuality. But everyone, even Yoshi players, are doing the same shit in this game. Everyone is doing the same. That you can't see it. So cool. On paper, cool. Reevaluate the offensive and defensive balance of the heat system. Very good. Very good. Like, on paper, very good. Because again, we need more defensive options in this game. The offense is too. Oh, here's the thing. And this is the crazy thing. They mentioned this in the Tekken talk. Michael Murray mentioned it. That offense in this game can be too overbearing. They mentioned that. I don't think that was the exact word used, but that was the sentiment expressed. Offense can be too overbearing. So please keep that in mind, that they said that. And then improve controls for a more accessible gameplay experience, which again, I had no feelings on that when I saw it. I was like, let me see what they're talking about. First and foremost, they're talking about being able to use heat bursts and heat smashes from characters' unique stances. So from, you couldn't use heat burst before. We'll see the example is Zafina. You couldn't use heat burst before in certain stances, or you couldn't heat smash before in certain stances. Now you can. And this can expand combo opportunities like they've shown here. And in terms of expressing yourself combo wise, sure, that's cool. I can think of some ideas of how you can do forward 4 into heat burst and stuff like that, right? Like, that's, you know, that could make for some cool combos. But the second thing, enable return to crouching state upon hitting with a heat activation by using down, back, down, or down, forward. It's the numpad notation. So down, back, down, or down, forward. You can go into full crouch. And I made a video on this, and I spoke about this, and I said it's something that I won't be looking forward to because of Anna coming to the game. Why Anna coming to the game? Why Anna going into full crouch? Why is that a problem for me? If Anna comes to the game, why her going to full crouch is a problem? Because she has a launching 50-50 from full crouch. So she just lands. And I've said one thing about heat engages. You just landed a random move. Sometimes you just threw it out and you got lucky. And because you did that, you're now in a situation with Anna where the mid and the low will both launch you. And because they didn't, as you can see, they didn't change the frame data on heat engages. They're still plus 17. You just have to, like, this is such a problem. This is such a problem. Because to me, it just comes across as tone deaf. I'll be so honest, it comes across as tone deaf. Because you can see, okay, the people are complaining about offense, chip damage, this and the other, this, that, and the other. So, because again, I mentioned it before the first gameplay of Anna, that when we saw people doing heat engage into full crouch, I mentioned this. With Anna coming to the game, this could be a problem. And this is exactly why. And it's what they showed. It's what they showed in the gameplay. They showed it. They showed it in the gameplay. They're like, look, guys. Like, to me, that's insane. They showed it in the gameplay. They showed what I prophesized would be the issue. And they showed it like, yeah. Because it seemed like they were taking... Because again, they're talking about, okay, what they've done here. W. Big W. Big W. Reducing chip damage overall when you're in heat. And then decreasing the additional chip damage when a heat dash is blocked. And then characters' power crush heat engages are now gone. W. Absolute W. Like, I don't... Like, all these... The chip damage, the guessing situations, the 50-50s. Because again, we've just seen Anna be able to do... Heat engage into full crouch mix with the launching 50-50, the low and the mid both launch, and you're going to have to guess. Right, but we're seeing here chip damage. Doing less chip damage now. That's cool. We like that, right? And then even the W's are laced with L's. Because take a look at this, for example. So as you said, no longer has access to a power crush heat engager. She has a new heat engager. Okay, cool. She has 3-3 is now a heat engager. And we see running 3-2 into stance. Just more 50-50s. More guessing. On block. On block, she's going to do running 3-2 into stance. You're going to have to guess. And I've talked about Eddie. I talked about this being such an issue with Eddie. Because Eddie can do running 3. Eddie can do running 3. That's into stance. Then do a plus on block mid into another stance. And then you have to take that mid from there. And then if you just get hit, and if you just get hit by the mids, he just gets a guaranteed follow-up and goes from there. But it's like, what's going on here? What's actually going on here? I don't understand. I genuinely don't understand. Like, why if they're giving her running 3-2 into stance on block? And here's the thing, a stance where if you want to... Because here's the thing before, if Addison did running 3-2, you could just do like a dick jab as a decent challenge, and she could have options to beat that, right? But now, if she does running 3-2 into stance, if you want to challenge with a jab, she's going to evade it. If you want to challenge with a dick jab, she's going to evade it. Because of this stance. Because of the auto parries in this stance on highs and lows. And then I feel like this is now crazy. So, you can, if you guys didn't know, previously in Tekken, if you're put into a state of full crouch, you couldn't step into the foreground because down is your crouch. And if you press it or hold it, it keeps you crouching. But now they've made a change where if you are in full crouch, like they've shown here, I'm going to show in a second, you can now step into the foreground. What now they've also done, they've made a change of you can buffer your side steps now. You don't have to time it. In the middle of blocking this string, for example, you side like... I've said before that they've made Tekken 8 baby's first Tekken. Like, this might make certain moves absolutely redundant. Obviously, I've not got it in my hands and played it and experienced it. Like, I'm just thinking of so many situations now where, say you play like Lily, for example, you just buffer sidestep in everything and just, what can your opponent do if you're in the middle of a string? Or is there was never a buffer window for sidestepping. There was never a buffer window for sidestepping. Previously, when it came to sidesteps, you had to wait until you recovered and then do it. There wasn't a buffer. You recover and then you do it. Now there's a buffer window. Hwang and Steve are gonna be shit. How they have described this change, how they have described it, because there's no input history, but how they have described it is he is sidestepping now. The way they've described it is that this, from when he's blocked the back one, you can already start sidestepping, mashing your sidestep, when before you had to time it, or at least know when you recovered, or like actually know the game. I just need to know how lenient it is. Actually, they didn't really explain it, but I just need to know how lenient it is, because like Marco says, everyone's gonna turn into prime JDCR. The buffer sidestep thing is worrying. I just need to know how it works. But then you have the rank max changes, which to me is a mixed bag. It's definitely a mixed bag. I'm not gonna focus on the sort of ethereal things that they said. You've got, so disparity in rank matchmaking, rank match point system, and a rank reset. So there's going to be a rank reset. I'm a fan of that. Tekken prowess doesn't factor into stuff too much. There's now a same rank only option. I've been asking for this for years. and a rank restriction in quick match. That's cool as well because I don't want to go into quick match to just play against Fujins. You know, maybe I don't really use quick match at all, to be fair. But you know, maybe I can use it now if I want to just play some like semi-high level games. I'll just go to quick match and there's just people in there. They've changed the way points work. So if you win against a high ranked opponent, you get a large point increase. If you lose against a high ranked opponent, you don't get much of a you don't really lose many points. If you win against a low ranked opponent, you get a small point increase, and if you lose against a low ranked opponent, you get a large point decrease, which just makes sense. It just makes sense. You beat someone better than you get more points. You lose to someone worse than you lose more points. Kind of that simple. The winning streak bonus has changed now. So red ranks and below, there's additional points bonus increase for winning progressively based on consecutive wins, starting from just 2 wins. So you get more points. They explain this to be a case of like, if you're a strong player going through the ranks, like say you just start playing the game and you're a strong player, you should be winning consecutively, you will just rank up faster, right? Which makes sense to me. Like, even if I start a new account, why am I playing against, you know, the red rank? That I should be going up pretty fast, and then to get to where I start to struggle. So this is where you go and rank if where you are now. So if you're God Distraction, Tekken King, Tekken God to Supreme, Kishin. So this is where you'll go in ranked based on where you are now after the rank reset. So I'll be at Tekken King with most of my characters. And there's 8 new ranks beyond God of Destruction. And it's the way they've described it, they make it sound like it is difficult to get these ranks. They said from playtesting, people really struggled. From the playtest, some people could not even get to the highest rank that they have now. I'm thinking, what are the highest ranks called? We have God of Destruction. Well, it's God of Destruction 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then God of Destruction. Ouroboros. This infinity here, right? And there's also, you can see these little like gems, these little balls, and it's like you get them depending on which one you are. Basically, collect them all and you get to God of Destruction, Ouroboros. Which I think this is cool at the end of the day. It's a bit weird. I like this final design here. Like the final design looks cool, but like I don't know, this original here is kind of whatever. Not the worst thing in the world. They just need to do something, and I'm a big fan of, if this is a grind, I'm a big fan of that. I'm a big fan of if this is a real grind. You know, Joker, how do you feel about this being a grind? How do you feel about the grind, Joker? Because you know the grind never stops, Joker. I'm hoping this is going to be a grind, bro. Because I've been saying for ages, like I'm a professional player, so I can say it, but like, you know, some people are into God of Destruction. It's like we're not in the same rank bracket, little bro.
So the way it works is you have the
we're not in the same rank bracket. There needs to be some kind of disparity. You know what I'm saying? So I like the separation, and yeah, I hope it's actually hard. I hope it's actually a grind. Genuinely, you know, I hope it's actually an achievement to get this high. Like if you've done this, it means something. Because I've said before, like getting the highest rank in a game, in a competitive game, like it should be way more difficult than it is right now in the game. And now we've got these new separations here. I'm all for it. They also said they got rid of the 3 match penalty. So if you lose 3 games in a row, I don't know where they said it, but if you lose three games in a row, that doesn't happen anymore. See, I hope it's a grind and it gets people playing and people actually like looking like I'm trying to get some Ouroboros. I'm trying to get some Ouroboros. But yeah, and those were like the main points they mentioned for season 2. And then Michael Murray said that there's 15. Right now, there's 1,500 balance changes. And then they also talked about Ghost v Ghost. You know, it's kind of whatever. It seems like a bit of a novelty, but they're putting some time and effort into it. Like, they're talking about Tekken Ghost Showdown mode, and then you'll be able to provide instructions and evaluations to your ghosts, you know, later down the line. So I'm excited to see what that is. Like, it'll definitely be something that I try. I have fun content ideas for it. It'll be something like you get in Discord with your friends, and my ghost is gonna beat the shit out of your ghost, you know, and then you do that. So that's whatever. Like I don't see it as how it could be a negative thing. It's just more content at the end of the day. To me, it's just like the proposed balance changes to me is scary. Like I love, like it's like one step forward, one step back. I don't want to say two steps, or it feels like good thing, bad thing, good thing, bad thing. They've lessened chip damage. They lessened chip damage. They removed power crest heat engagers, and we're gonna see, as we said, a new heat engager. Good thing. Running 3-2 into stance. Bad thing. Go back to this. Make it possible from heat smash and heat burst from stances. Medium thing, because that could get a bit interesting, you know. I'm just thinking like a character doing stance music, oh, it's my turn. Heat burst, no, it wasn't your turn, and then going from there. But for combos, it could be, for combos, I think good thing. And sure, like that's all right, you know. Like they're changing the way heat is used. They're reevaluating the way heat is used. They want offensive and defensive heat to be looked at. Good thing. However, heat engages still plus 17. I could go into full crouch. Very bad thing. That's a thumbs down for me. That will never get a thumbs up from me. That's a bad thing. Not a thumbs up from me. And the fact that they showcased Anna doing it as well is like, it feels like they're taking the piss. it actually feels like they're taking the piss. It feels like they're because they showed Anna doing it. This is the one reason I was scared. Is Anna's coming to the game, and she has a launching 50-50 from crouch, and we saw in her trailer that she still has while sending 2 and it launches. But there was a good thing they showed in the Ghost v Ghost. It wasn't, and I don't think they meant to show it. It was just something that happened to be shown, and I have to find where it happened though. I don't remember what round it was. But there was a very good thing shown. We have to watch this Ghost gameplay though to find it. Yeah, you see right there. Right there. Very good thing. Very good thing. Very good thing. A very good thing. Overall, would you say you're happy with what you saw? I'm very torn. I just think heat engages still being plus 17, and you can go into full crouch, and they showed Anna do it, that she still has full crouch down forward too, and she still has while sending 2, which means launching 50-50 and heat. I think the ranked changes look very good. I'm excited for the grind. The lesson chip damage is good. It's a great thing. But then they showed, as we said, they're doing running 3-2 into stance, which is more 50-50 nonsense. So it's like, it makes me worry for what the patch notes look like in season 2. Is more of this into stance and more of this and more of this and more guessing. Because the way they were talking, they made it sound like they understood what the issues were. Well, you had like Michael Murray, who was like, yeah, like the offense in this game can be really oppressive. I don't think that's the exact word he used, so you can't quote me on that. But something like that, like it seems very oppressive and da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, okay. But then they showed one of the most oppressive things this game will ever be, and that's Anna going into heat engage. There'll be no, unless they've given Anna some insane move from standing, there'll be no reason for Anna to not just do heat engage and then crouch. Land a heat engage, land a random move. Because again, I've mentioned it, it's so, the way you get snowballed in this game can feel really unfair because they just landed a random move. Like, let's be real, how many times have you just thrown out a heat engager and it just landed? Okay, cool, now it's my turn, let's go. You know? How many times has that happened in this game? Heat engage random move. So now it's like Anna can then do heat engage, crouch, and then you have to guess for a launcher. Unless they've done something defensively in the game that they haven't said. Like heat bursts, or you can do like a like after they heat engage, you go, and then it pushes them away. Like I don't know. You know, people say Yoshimitsu, heat engage into sword sweep. Lauren Shaheen, heat engage into slide mix up. It's like, I don't know, unless there's something defensively that they haven't shown us yet. I'm still not seeing any defensive applications of heat yet. It just seems like more guessing. 50-50 into 50-50 into 50-50. That's what it seems like. We might just get more of that now moving forward. I'm not, I can't say I'm happy. I'm still moving with trepidation. You know, like I don't want to be doom and gloom. I think there's nothing good comes from that. But I need to be honest. That's what I need to be honest. And I think the devs need to hear honest feedback. That this is, we don't want, I don't think anyone wants heat engage into full crouch genuinely. Like people will say that because like, oh, it makes my character so good, but I don't think they genuinely want that because you still have to play against it. And in tournament, that's just going to be crazy. I think the changes to making it so, one thing I didn't mention is they changed the buffer window at the start of rounds. So there isn't the just frame anymore. Basically, at the start of rounds, if you push the button, if you didn't hit at the just frame, because there was like a weird just frame at the start of rounds. If you didn't hit the just frame, your input could come out slower than your opponent who did hit at the just frame, even if they did a slower move. Now there's like a bigger window, so like you get less of that nonsense, which I think is a good thing. Sidestepping into the foreground is an interesting thing because if you get put into crouch and you can step into the foreground, like a character like Dragunov, for example, like in Tekken, in Tekken in general, I didn't mind ever being on P2 against Dragunov because after down 2 on hit, I could just right. So now there's no advantage to being on either side, which I think it was a bit of a niche thing. You know, you get put into full crouch because example, I think the fact that you can still pick sides online, you could both be on P1. That's a good thing, I think, because there's sometimes I'll do something that puts them to crouch and I'll do an option that tracks the foreground and then they step it. I'm like, oh, for God's sake, like I forgot they're also on P1 in their side. But now if you can always do it all the time, sure. I think I shouldn't be punished for being on this side, on this side or this side. Like, you know, I feel like it's fine to change this. I feel like the easy sidestep buffer, like I just need to know how it works. Genuinely, I need to know how it works before I like keep doing that, bro. I need to know how it works before I can like put a full judgment on it. But right now I'm a bit scared for it because it could put certain characters in the mud if all you have to do is just buffer your sidestep, not worry about getting hit by anything, and then that's just destroyed, right? So I think this will be really interesting. I hope it's good. I hope it's implemented in a way that helps rather than hurts. Those were the main things about season 2. So the only thing I hate right now, and I have to be honest, the only thing I hate right now is heat engage into full crouch. They did not change how plus heat engages are. That is the only thing I absolutely despise right now because of Anno. Because of Anno. And then we're going to see what Shaheen does, and then we're going to see what Law does. Like, it's just gonna feel unfair. It's just gonna feel unfair. And I'm gonna stop doing this because it keeps going to Breaking Bad and then whatever.